All right, guys, and let's dive right into it. I see a few more familiar names and faces just logged in here. Stephen and Terry, good to see you. Tim as well. And I promised Sheila I'd give her a shout out, so good to see you here, Sheila, as well. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. We've made it through another couple of weeks together. It's great to be with everyone here today. We have a few updates to share, a handful from the BD Labs, and we have a really awesome tip of the week that David was nice enough to put together for us. I think it'll be really handy, not just to show some versatility, but kind of open our minds as to some of the ways we can use the platform with the post types available. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. I am Jason there on the left, and we are lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist here at Brilliant Directories. David, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm really excited for the tip of the week today as well.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back with you for another webinar. We've got a great tip of the week, really exciting, should be useful for a lot of you. We've been getting some requests on how to implement what we'll be showing, so really looking forward to showing you all how to do that.
So much anticipation. Looking forward to it. All right. I always like to mention, if you're not already part of our Facebook group, I do invite you to join. It's a great community, great way to keep the conversations going in between Webinar Wednesdays. You can head on over. You can do it right now. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and just click on the blue join button. I'm in there myself. It's a pretty active group and some really great constructive conversations in there. So we do look forward to seeing you guys there. And I do see some new names and faces out there. Just a little bit about Webinar Wednesday. It's a great way for us to kind of introduce and show you some of the new features that are baked into the platform. What we really want to do is kind of show you how those new features can help grow your community, whether it's increasing member engagement, signups, increasing traffic, your website navigation, things like that. So if you have questions on these topics or anything related to your BD website, we will be taking questions in just a little bit. So if you have them, jot them down so you don't forget them, and we'll try to get to as many questions as we can today. All right, and we have a small handful of BD Lab updates today. Usually this list is about double, but this is a good list here, and I'll just breeze right through it for everyone. The first one at the top, we have added new color sets into the design settings. If you've already set up the colors for your website, maybe not so important for you, but if you're setting up a new website, these are some new modern color sets that can maybe help jumpstart your idea with regard to design. Let me just show you where that is for those of you who may not be familiar. We'll go on to the admin dashboard area, and the pre-made color sets are in the design settings. And from here, we can toggle over to the color sets tab. And if you scroll down, it kind of shows you what the menu color is going to be, the background and the button color combination. So again, if you already have your color set up, may not be so important, but if you're just getting started, this is a great way to kind of maybe just pre-select a color set that matches the vibe you're going for on your website, something lighter, darker, cold colors, warm colors. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, Minty is one of my favorite ones actually, and also Pulse if you're looking for something with purple in it. And if you scroll down, you have some darker contrasting backgrounds here as well. So it really just depends on the vibe you're looking for. And what's really cool is once you select a color set, maybe you want to change what the main menu color is. So you can certainly select one of these and then come back, scroll all the way back up. If you come back up to your general tab, you can make more granular changes to things like the menu color and the button colors after you've selected one of the pre-made color sets. So that's something cool to keep in mind as well. Okay, this is new. As you know, a couple months ago, we introduced the ability to have community comments. So members can leave comments on some of the posts on your site. So if you write a blog article, members can comment on that post. Up until now, whatever was entered as a comment, you're kind of stuck with it in the admin area. You can view them, you can moderate them, you can delete them. However, maybe if there's an obvious spelling mistake that you want to fix, or you want to redact something that shouldn't be there, like someone filled in at the end of a comment, maybe some links that shouldn't be there and whatnot, you as the admin can now edit post comments. Let me show you where you can do that. So your comments would be under the Interactions tab under Post Comments. And it's pretty straightforward what we're going to see right now. So you can see your comments here. Obviously, you can change the status, accepted, pending, declined. But now there's a button here you can edit the comments. So again, you may not need to do this. I'm sure everyone's writing decent comments for the website. But if you're not going to delete it and you just want to change something in the comment, you can click on that and you can edit it to your liking. And then you can cancel also if you're not going to save the changes. So that's pretty cool with comments. Actually, the tip of the week today is related to post comments as well. All right, this next one, I think we previewed it or mentioned it in a previous webinar. As you know, when you're creating a web page, we have the pre-made elements. There are other areas where the text editor is used in the admin area. However, the pre-made elements until now were only available when you're editing in the web page builder area. So let's take a look at that first, and then let's see how the pre-made elements are now available in other text editors in the admin area. So this should be pretty helpful. So where it's always been in the web page builder, let's just take a look at that together. I'll just create a new page here. And this is what we're referring to, are these pre-made elements here in the sidebar. So you can drag an image in. You can drag text with an image, pretty helpful for stacking and creating a landing page. So there are other places in the admin where there are text editors. Let's look at two places as an example. One of them is in the design settings, and we can go here. And there are a couple modules in the design settings area that use the text editor, specifically on the home page. So what we can do first for the home page, if we wanted to update the hero call to action, I think one of them is custom content text editor. So when we select this, we can toggle the text editor. And prior to this, there was no sidebar with the pre-made elements. So what we've done is we've put a button here that says pre-made elements. And when you toggle this, you'll get the pre-made elements in the sidebar here. So if you wanted to drop a button in, you could do so, and things like that. All the pre-made elements are here. So that's one area where we have a text editor, and now the pre-made elements are available. And I'll show you two more places here in the design settings. If you're using the option, the About Website and Join Offer streaming section under the Enable Additional Sections, there's also a text editor with these. We'll click on Edit Settings. And there are some settings here related to the boxes and backgrounds. And we see it again here, pre-made elements. So you can just go ahead and drop one in here if you wanted to. And we see we've just added the text with image right here. And then there is one more place I do want to show you. It is in your membership plans. So if we head on over to membership plans, remember you can add a welcome message into the members' homepage, the homepage of their dashboard when they first log in. And up until now, again, it's just been the text editor, but the pre-made elements should make it easier to maybe make something that displays a bit better. So under members dashboard, we'll click on this. And if we scroll down just a bit, it's custom dashboard content. So you can have content of the header of their dashboard or the footer. That is when they log in. And we can use the text editor. For developers and designers, you can always opt to choose a custom widget to render there instead. But for me and for most of us, we're probably going to want to use the text editor. And we have the text editor here. And once again, we have the pre-made elements pop out here. And we can put that right in here, and we can put calls to action. So when people log in, we can kind of make it easy for them to do additional actions in addition to what's already there by default in the members dashboard. So look out for this. If you're seeing this, we encourage you to use it. And we'll be continuing to make improvements to the text editor as we move forward. So that's pretty cool there. This one, thanks to Colette, we had fixed a bug where the profile statistics, if you have the profile analytics add-on, it's tracking how many profile views the members get, how many clicks to their website they get. It's a pretty cool add-on. However, we had fixed something where the statistics stop showing if it's disabled for a membership plan. However, we had some feature request to make a setting where the profile statistics are only visible to the admin of the website and not the member in their member dashboard. So everything I just explained, let me show you what I'm referring to. We'll start with a link to the add-on so we're all on the same page here. So we can see member profile analytics. So this basically tracks the members, how many profile views they've received, clicks to their websites. If they have posts, like if they published an article or an event, it'll track how many views that article or event have received. So it's a good retention tool. If your members are thinking about canceling, you can kind of point to the analytics and say, look, you're getting, 100 views a month on our site. How much is that worth to you, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just going to pop this in the chat here, and then I'll show you guys the settings that are now available. All right, so when this setting is enabled, you enable it for a membership plan. So maybe for your premium members, you give them the ability to see their profile stats. When this is enabled for a member, in their dashboard, they'll see here a button that says Profile Statistics. Now, this is a demo site. I don't think there's much data on this member. But when you click it, it tracks things like how many post views they've received, profile views, and it shows you month over month. You can actually click into a month and it'll show you day by day. So we can see here in June, he's received 10 views on his posts and 1 profile view. So not much here, not much of a retention incentive here, but this is what they see. So this is enabled for the membership plan and the member can view it. And then let me show you where the setting is. This is the premium plan top contributor. So let's go to our membership plans. And let's actually disable this for this membership plan, but only enable it for the admin of the site. So here's his plan, premium plan, top contributor. And when we edit this plan, there are a lot of settings here. If you know in your mind what you're looking for, it's kind of helpful to use the search by keyword tool. So I'm going to look for statistics. And here it is right here, enable profile statistics. So before, it was just enable or disable were the options. So now there's disabled, enable for member and admin, so the member and the admin can see the stats. And this is the new option, enable only for the admin. So what this means is you, the website owner of the site, and we'll take a look at an example, only you will see the stats for this member when you're looking at that member's data in the administration area here. So let's set this and save the changes. And if we come back to his member dashboard page, we'll see here now in the sidebar, the profile statistics is gone. And if he tries to go directly to the link, it'll just redirect him back to the dashboard page. However, and let's take his member ID. Let's search for this member in the search members area. All right, so what we want to do is we want to look at this member's account details. And this will kind of take us to everything on their transactions, subscriptions. This is the tab that shows for the administrator. So when that setting is enabled, enable for admin only, the tracking will be enabled. So it'll be ticking and counting how many profile views that whole engine is going to be working for the membership plan. And then the profile analytics will only be available here for the admin to continue tracking it. So again, it's a good retention tool, or you as the admin can use it for whatever you need. So that new setting is here. I just wanted to go over it in detail because not too many people might be familiar with this feature, and it's pretty cool. All right. And last but not least, we did introduce this in the previous webinar. You now have the ability to not only create tickets, but view your tickets from the administration area. And we've just added a couple new quick links to make it easier for you to access your tickets and create new tickets. We got some really good feedback on this. We're making some small improvements along the way, but so far it's been a winner, and we're really happy that we've made it easier for you guys to manage your tickets all in one place. This is going to be, the quick links are going to be under the My Account toggle drop down here. So go ahead and click that open. And prior to this, you basically just had your email address and a sign out link. Now you have quick links to view all your websites if you have more than one website in your account. And then you can click View My Tickets and Create New Tickets. I'll open these two in a new tab. You can take a look at them. All right, so this will kind of take you to your outer account management area. where you can, again, view your websites, your tickets, or create a new ticket. So these are just all some sample tickets here. And then the create new ticket is right here. So you really, if you ever have a question, you really never have to leave the admin area. You can just create a new ticket, and the response time is usually within a day or sooner is what we aim for. So that is there for everyone. Under the My Account dropdown are these quick links here. And then some items coming soon. I've mentioned a few of these. They're on their way down the pipeline. Better design for newsletters and stats. The ability to have additional custom content sections streaming down your homepage. That's been pretty highly demanded and requested for. We are in the process of improving Google Pagespeed. We're doing these updates in this time frame, May, June, and July of this year. Right now, we're focused on improving response times, and then later we're going to be focused on lazy loading images. Those two should make a huge impact in not only page speed scores, but actual page load times. Also, still the ability to exclude smart lists when sending newsletters. That's coming down the pipeline soon. And improving the workflow when matching leads with members. Want to make that a little more intuitive and easier to use, a nicer workflow. And then, of course, ongoing updates. I think last month in May, I know we're in the middle of June, but in the monthly change log for May, there were about 130 new updates pushed to the system. A majority of that are from the support tickets that you guys submit and the feature requests that you guys submit. So thank you guys so much for those suggestions. All right, I know that was a mouthful. Let's take a question or two. I'm going to lower everyone's hands. If you just on the things we went over right now, if you have a question or a comment or two, we'd love to hear from you. Let me see who's got their hand up, and then we'll segue into the tip of the week. All right, good friend Bobby here has got his hand up. Looks like you're self-muted, Bobby.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from California.
All right. That's where I am too, Los Angeles. What's your question for us?
I'm in the Bay Area, so Northern California.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say thank you, Jason. I actually purchased a Lifetime Brilliant Directory.
Great.
Pretty much service back in 2000, I think it was 2016, I think it was. And I changed gears once we had COVID. And so, what I was doing before was no longer essential. So I had to put my development hat back on. And I just want to say, number one, you guys look great. All the changes and the updates that you've made from when I first got it to today, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm coming in at a perfect time. I think I'm going to call today fate. But with that being said, I just want to thank you. So to my question, pre-made elements toolbar and text editor, this is great. This was never there before. This is a great opportunity for me to make things easier by using the pre-made elements that you have. Is that across all the different pages, such as like a contact form, or is that just a home page? Where are the pre-made elements at? Is that across any page I make?
Yeah, so in the web page, those are the pages that you kind of like landing pages you're creating and things like that. Let me do this. We did do a webinar that kind of covers it in more depth. I'm going to share a link in the chat that kind of I'm going to share two links with you, okay? Here's one, and then I'll show you one that goes specifically into the homepage, and one is just in general talking about it. Here we go. So this first article was when we introduced the draggable blocks, the pre-made elements. And these are quick videos. They're like 10 or 15 minutes. And then this next one is like kind of how to spruce up your homepage using the pre-made elements, like how to put like a testimonial on your homepage and things like that, which kind of are really good engagement tools for new visitors. So check them out, and then ask questions in the Facebook group too. We'd love to see what you're developing there. Thank you so much. Okay, we have a great tip of the week today. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. David suggested it, and I think it's right on the mark with some of the questions we've been seeing in the Facebook group, some of the discussions that have been started there. How to create a community message board with your Brilliant Directories website. If it's okay with you, David, may I pass it over, and we could take a deep dive into this tip of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Jason mentioned, we've been getting this question a lot recently. A lot of our users wanting to know how to create message board type experiences on their BD websites. And little more than a couple of weeks ago, we released the discussions post type, but we covered it in a webinar a few weeks ago. So we thought we'd do a little bit deeper dive into the discussions post type, the community comments feature on the website as well, and how you can utilize those really simply to create a really great message board experience for your community. Let's cover first how this will actually work on your website. So as I mentioned, we'll be utilizing the discussions post type as well as the free community comments website add-on. And you can select which members are allowed to post new discussions. Because this is a post type, it will be managed just as you would any other post type, like events, articles, classifieds. So you can select which members have the ability to post new discussions. You can also select which members can comment on discussion posts, and this is all separated by membership plan. And then lastly, members can obviously reply to comments on a post. So this is really what will create that message board experience. If you think of something like Reddit, that would be a great example of basically what we're replicating here. You have a primary discussion post, something that starts off the discussion, and then beneath that, you can have other members start to comment and reply to comments all on that same post. Quickly, let's go over some of the primary benefits of having a message board on your website. Obviously, it will increase member engagement, but it will also help to boost your website SEO by having additional content on your website. And this, we talk a lot about user-generated content and how to entice your members to participate in your community and publish content for your website. This could be a great way to encourage members to add content to your website without having to, write an article or make a video or create an event or anything like that. This is a really simple way to get some of that community-generated content onto your website. It will also increase member signups because users will need to be logged into an account in order to leave a comment on a discussion or to post a new discussion. Same thing as would be required on any other website. They'll need to have an account to log in. This will also help to facilitate better communication between you and your members. We'll talk about later on in this presentation another way you could utilize the discussion post types, which will help to facilitate this point. Members can also directly engage with each other. Maybe you're not utilizing the private member chat add-on. So this would be an alternative almost to that. It would be public, not private, but it's a way for members to directly communicate with one another on your website. And lastly, it adds to your website's credibility. It shows users who may not be registered yet within your community that you do have an active community and that members care about each other and that they're interacting with one another. And they can also see, if you're replying to discussions and interacting in the comments section as well, they can see that as well. So there's a lot of other benefits depending on your website and how you utilize this feature. But these are some of the primary ones that would be applicable to pretty much any website that does utilize a message board type feature.
One more thing is these are really good benefits. And again, you said there's a lot more benefits. Like one thing that's just popping out to me is, if you send a monthly newsletter and there's one of the messages on the board that has a lot of comments and it's trending and it's really popular, you could share those threads, links to those threads in the newsletter to get other community members involved in those discussions. So maybe there's a hot topic of the month, one of your members asks the question and everyone's jumping in to answer it or something like that. So you can basically share some of the trending discussions in newsletters or on your social media, etc. So it's good for SEO and it's also good for email and social marketing strategies as well, because you have content being created on your site for you.
Absolutely. And if you reverse that strategy, if you send out a monthly, weekly newsletter, you can also post that newsletter as an announcement, as a discussion on your website and encourage your members to comment on that announcement. So instead of having a newsletter act as more of an individual message type thing, going to somebody's personal inbox, you can make it more of a public announcement and encourage engagement and interaction on that by creating a discussion out of it.
All right, so we took the time to kind of very quickly put together kind of like a mock message board on this demo site that we play around with. So let's kind of show you guys what's behind the scenes, how this is working, and how you guys can set it up on your own as well. And I think a good place to start, David, instead of going directly to the message board page, which we could certainly do. So we created this page. It says message board, and there are kind of several categories here for message board topics and conversations. Let's actually take a quick look at one, and then we'll look behind the curtain to see what's going on here. So we've added message board in the main menu. It could be an important enough part of your business plan or website that you want to add it to your main menu, and we included drop-down links to the different categories for the discussions. And we also link to those same categories here. And we found some images online, and we use them as icons using the page builder. So we have a sample general chat here. So we'll click here. And this will take us to the discussions board in the general chat category. And we can see here there's a chat. It says hello world. It could be a question. It could be something your members posted, et cetera, et cetera. And we can go ahead and click on it. And we can see here that somebody asked a question. It's posted by, we have the author snapshot here, so we know who posted it. You can leave comments here. We can see there's a trail of comments here as well. And this is basically a discussion started in the message board. Anything else before we get behind the scenes? Should I mention anything else about this, David?
I think the only thing to mention would be if you want to keep this really simple, really basic, members don't necessarily need to add images as well. So if you want it to be really basic, like a question and answers sort of discussion area, members can just post a text question and it would work the same exact way.
Cool. Yeah, I think so too. Maybe with the message boards, we don't want them to put like a feature image like they do with like an event or a coupon. So let's take a look at what's going on here behind the scenes. And where we're going to start is actually under My Content and the Edit Post settings. So David actually did something pretty interesting here. Everyone should have the discussions post type. And this is basically the main discussions, the threads that your members can start, the conversations. And he's added some categories here. This is a general chat, business services, achievements, compliments, and website suggestions. So these are just some arbitrary categories we created for the message board. And what we've done is then for this post type discussions, we've assigned it to the membership plans that have the privilege of posting discussions. And let's take a look here. I think our premium plan top contributor under can post, discussions. This membership plan can post discussions. So that's our sample member here. I'm logged in. Let me go to my dashboard. And let's actually create a new discussion. And we've done this before. So let's create a new discussion. Is anyone else losing money on home appraisals? Let's say it's a real estate site. It's a bunch of real estate people here. And he posts his question, and we'll go ahead and just put this as the question. And let's choose a category. So this will be maybe business services that we created. And we're going to go ahead and save that. And we can view the post. So here it is. He's asking the question, is anyone else losing money on home appraisals? And you can leave a comment here. And we'll comment. That's great. Here's the comment. So if we go back to the message board, and this is under business services, let's just go back to the message board, a landing page we created. We'll go over that in a second. So here it is under business services. If I click this, we can see here I have this post here now. Is anyone else losing money on home appraisals? And I can see this, and I can click on it, and I can comment on it. So now the interesting thing is, if you guys notice, I went a little quickly here. We actually have two different things. We actually cloned the discussions post type, and we called one announcements. And what we did with the announcements one is we only assigned it to the membership plan that is the admin contributor. So in that section, the announcements post type, only the admin is contributing posts to that kind of like that discussion area. So let's take a look at that together. So under membership plans, so that's kind of like the blog articles versus the community articles, where under the blog articles post type, it's the staff and the admin of the website adding the articles, and the community articles are the ones where the members are contributing. So they're two totally separate different post types. And David, you said you mentioned you created this here website admin as a membership plan. and this one can post both announcements and discussions. So remember, announcements is our secret one, kind of that only the website admin can post. And you see there's only one member here as the website admin. So let's actually log in as the website admin, and we'll show you what we did on the landing page. Let's log in here. Great. So the website admin can post discussions or announcements. And we're going to say holiday party in July. And you can have different categories. You could just have a category announcements. But this one, if we notice the difference, the URL for this is announcements, whereas the ones for our discussions is discussions. So this is a totally different post type, but we're going to make it seamless on that message boards page so the users don't really notice that there is a difference between them. So let's just put holiday party in July. There we go. And we'll save the changes. Okay, let's go back to our message boards. And let's go to announcements. This page is key here, so let's see. Okay, great. Here it is. Well, we had one website announcement here with an image, but we can see here, holiday party in July, and this is under announcements. So let's look at the landing page that we created and this main menu here, because I think this is what ties everything together, is this having this page with the message board and the selecting a category, et cetera, et cetera. And we're going to show you how you can get the different categories. So discussions, we had those different categories set up, and we're linking directly to those categories. Let's take a look at this page here. And Dave, if you don't mind, I'll go to this page, but can you kind of show us how you set this up?
Yeah, definitely. So it's very simple. We just used the basic tools that are included. All we did was we created a 3x3 table. You see the middle row in there acts as a little bit of a separator, but we just found some icon images online, added them here, added some text. We have the button link pre-made element that we dragged over into each of these cells. And then we customized the text to make it view all. We can then add a link to the image, to the title of each category, as well as to the button here. But this is really it. Also important to mention is the Hero section tab. At the top of the page, we did have that really nice cover image with the title there. So all those settings are controlled here in the Hero section. We just uploaded this Hero image. We added a color overlay. We set the visibility of that color overlay to 8 out of 10. So there's a little bit of transparency there, which makes the text on top a little bit easier to read. We center aligned the text, made the text white, edited the font size of the main title and the subtitle text. And those titles are at the very top of this web page builder. A message board is the main title, select a category and start chatting is the subtitle. And that's pretty much it. This whole process took maybe about 15 minutes, not including any time it would take, to find icons and stuff. But yeah, very simple. To summarize, it's just creating the table, adding in the image icons that we found online, adding in the text, dragging over the buttons from the pre-made elements on the right-hand side. And then the last thing to do is just to link all of those to the proper URLs for all of these discussion categories.
And that's perfect. And let's actually show you guys, for example, where to get, because we had to link this manually. We had to get the link for business services, and then we needed to edit the link here. So it goes to business services. Let me show you guys where to get links for your post categories. That way you can use them in your main menu. You can use them on landing pages. So you can create nice pages on your site and link to specific categories of your posts. So the easiest way to do it, I think, is go to your edit post settings. I'll open a new tab, and we'll use the discussions as an example. So you can, right here in edit post settings, if you ever needed to get to like the search results page of one of your post types, you can just come here and it can go, this is the URL permalink. Basically, this will take you to the search results page for all discussions. And then if you want to get the link for a specific category, the easiest thing to do, just do a search for that category in the sidebar here with your search module and hit search now. And this would be the URL that takes us directly to business services. So we really just need to copy everything after the first /. Whoops. So you could copy the whole thing if you want, but I like to you just need to take the first forward slash and beyond. When we come back to our landing page, that's exactly what we want to. So we have this image here, and we can, of course, link images. I'll edit the link and just paste this in here. And then we also added this button. I'll actually remove this button and show you guys how I added it. So I put a space here. I dragged a button here, and then I changed it to be the default. And then I edited the button. The URL is going to be the business services link, and I like it to say view all. And I'll go ahead and save the changes. Oops, just hit enter there. And that's it. I think in this hero section, just to show you guys the overlay color, what it does, it's something new we added. So if we look at this page, David had like a dark blue overlay. I'm just going to do red, so it's like a big difference in contrast. And if we refresh, we'll see here. So again, just depending on the mood of your site, the hero image can come in really handy, and that overlay is really cool because you can add a tint on top of the image so the text can really pop a bit more. But yeah, to get the link to a category, that is the easiest way. Go to your edit post types. And so for the announcements, that one's a little different. Let's go to the announcements page. And because this is its own post type and there are not yet really any additional categories, maybe later we do announcements, maybe another one we do company news, things that are really dedicated to the message board that only the admin of the website are going to post. Again, you can do the search here and just copy everything from the first forward slash. And if we come back to our landing page, under announcements, I want to make sure that I am linking there. Same thing with the image. And that's it. That's how you can get links to the category. So you can make a nice little landing page, and you can now have a message board experience. For the links, we did the same thing in the main menu. I'll just, since we're talking about it, I'll go there real quick in the menu manager. And this is the header main menu. And we can see here, we have the message board, and you can see we've nested about 5 or 6 links with their respective URLs. So we put the name that we want, and it just goes to the page that it's related to. So by linking to the categories, we create like a really nice interactive experience just for one of our post types or 2 of our post types by linking to the pages that they correspond to. And in a nutshell, what we've created here is a page that acts like a portal. And you can create portals for different things. In previous webinars, we talked about when members log in, you can redirect them to another page. You can bring them in their member dashboard. You can create something like this to make their dashboard more of a portal of places they can go on your site and actions you want them to take. For public visitors, maybe this is the page where they see that they can search events, coupons, classifieds, member listings. Add your business could be one of them. So think of this as not just message board. Now we're expanding it a bit more, creating portal pages with maybe 3, 6, 9, 12 distinct links of actions or places on our website we want visitors and members to go to. So it helps with the navigation, provides a better experience, and it's super simple. Turns your site more into an app-like experience where they're just clicking to get to the section they want to get to without any cumbersome filtering or searching, at least right from the bat. So keep that in mind as well. So with that, we'll pass it over to you guys. We definitely have time for some questions. I'm going to lower everyone's hands here. And if you do have a question, maybe about the tip of the week, your own website, what some of the new features we've released, we'd love to answer your questions. Aiden, how are you today?
Great. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. How'd you like the tip of the week today?
I thought it was great, and I really love this message board. I just had a couple questions about it.
Sure.
I know you were talking about that you could restrict posting to different membership types, but can you also restrict viewing?
Yes, you can. So that's also really, really cool. So let's say you have a portal that's only for your premium members. Basically, in a nutshell, let's say we have a post type called like private discussions or member discussions. What you can do when you have the members only add-on is you can protect the post type, and if you want to like fully protect it, You could protect the search results page and the detail pages. Sometimes people enable the search results pages, so like people who are lurking your site or browsing your site can get a teaser of the content, but when they click to view it, the detail page is protected. But when it's protected, Aiden, and you save your changes, you will then, let me just protect discussions real quick. So let me show you, now that this is protected, I need to go to the membership plans and I need to specifically choose not only who can post, but who can view this post type as well. So if I try to go view this now, the discussions, let's do it together. And go here. It says this content, it says it's for upgraded members because I'm already logged in, but now let's give me access. I'm the website admin membership plan. So let's go to membership plans. And I hope this is answering your question.
Yeah, this is fabulous.
Okay, so now we have to go, now that we've protected the post type, we have to give the privilege of who can view it. So we go to post publishing, and that was for discussions. I think we have a filter here. Okay, here we go. So now we see the can view option. So website admin membership plan, can post, and can view. So let me save the changes. And if I try to view that page again, where was it? Here it is. I'll refresh. I should be able to view it now. There we go.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you. And actually, I had one more question just about the discussion board. Is the admin able to moderate what's posted?
Yes. So you could do a couple things. You have here, so for discussions, member controls publishing status, admin moderates all posts, or auto-publish all posts. That's very aggressive. That means anytime someone saves changes, it's on the site forever. But anyways, yes, you can. Admin can moderate all the posts, and that's what these indicators are. These orange dots. So if you have post comments or under managed posts pending for your approval, you'll see a number indicated here that there's work to do.
Okay, perfect.
To moderate.
Thank you so much.
All right, good stuff there. And we got our good friend Robert here. How you doing, Robert?
Hi, good. Can you hear me good?
You sound perfect.
Oh, great. Quick question I had. I thought I'd heard one time you said that post search results would have a map option too, like the member, search settings do, or was I mistaken there?
They do. If the posts have any location attributes to them. Well, this is our demo site here. So, like I'm looking at classifieds here.
Right.
There is a map view available here.
Okay. Oh, but they have to. The user would have to physically click on that, manually click on that, right?
Well, you do have an option to start in map view if you wanted to. Let me show you where that is. So, two places. Let me show you the main one first. So, in your design settings, under search results pages, here,
right,
under additional settings, let me scroll down here. Post search results layout,
right,
and you can start in list view, grid view. If you have the add-on for map view, it would say start in map view, but you can choose.
Well, I should have that. Yeah.
If you have it, you have it. So start in map view. Now that would apply to all your post types. So that would be your coupons, events, blogs. Now let's say there's only one post type. Let's say you wanted them all in list view except for one post type. Let's say your classifieds you want to start in map view. So actually, again, thanks to Colette, great suggestions from her. We did also release an additional setting here, which is granular. It's under your edit post settings. So under, let's say, classifieds, I'll just use this one as an example. If you wanted to override what you have in your design settings, let's go to search results design, because it's related to the jewelry classified search page. Under additional settings, this one's a little lower here.
Yeah.
Okay, start results view in. So you can have it use the design settings rule. So by default, it does that. Or you can override that and choose map, grid view, or list view here.
For each individual one.
For each individual post type. So maybe one looks nicer in grid view versus list view versus map view on your site.
Okay.
All right, Robert.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. All right, good question there from Robert. Always good to see you in the webinars. All right, do see a couple more hands up. Let me get to some new names and faces here. All right, good friend Ryan's got his hand up. Ryan, looks like you're self-muted there.
Hey, Jason, good stuff. I just want to show you an example. It's not for discussions, but another, I guess, exact use case that you went over today, just so people can see another visual example
Absolutely.
of that for post types. Just if you go to horizonfamilysolution.com, this is something we did for client, but I think it's a good example of that. Yeah, if you go to explore more and go to the core topics and just go to wilderness therapy, these are all similar. They're basically kind of pillar pages, is kind of what you did, but you could do it for, this is another example exactly like you did, but instead of doing customer support topics, it's basically linking to all the different post types for a particular topic.
I love this. I see.
And so it's kind of the exact same thing, but you can do it for other stuff.
There we go. Fantastic example. Thank you so much for sharing that.
So just click on one of those, just go to the jobs board or just something for that. And the one thing I just want to show everybody, just kind of an additional item that they could do for the discussion boards. Let's say you go deep dive into the announcements, and so now you're in the announcements one, and there's no way to go back. You have to go back to the other page to go back to another category of hot topics or whatever. So what we did was we added just a real quick widget on the side there with core topics. So you could kind of just directly link straight to another topic set or category, right, straight from the results page. So you don't have to, go back a page. You can kind of jump around right where you're at. So that's kind of one thing that maybe they could do as well. Add like a widget there where they can go between post or discussion post types.
Absolutely. This keeps them clicking around, and this is great for organizing their navigation experience.
Right.
Great. Thank you. So anything else you want to show us about the site?
No, I just want to show everybody another example, but you could do it with other stuff too, not just for the discussion.
Absolutely.
Discussion types.
All right. Thanks so much, Ryan. Good stuff there. So yeah, it's a really good exercise, ties into the tip of the week. Here's the one for boarding schools, basically creating these portal pages that act as navigation landing points. It's where the visitor comes here, and it makes it easy for them to kind of initiate their journey into the depths of your website here. And I really like that you've used images that are similar dimensions, and each image kind of corresponds to the category you're about to dive into. So thanks for sharing that. All right. I do see our friend from the Netherlands. I see your hand up again.
Yeah. Jason, I have 2 quick questions. Hope you allow me to ask that.
Sure, of course.
The first question is like you have shown a page. It is a system page that says the content is for upgraded members.
Yes.
So can we edit those kind of messages?
Absolutely. That's part of the fun. Some people put videos there, action links. So when you see text like that on your website, you can use the show text labels tool from the front end. I'll show you that in a second. You can also search for it in your text label. This page is for, I don't remember what the phrase was, it said upgraded members. You can search for it. Okay. So this was part of the message. So what you can do is go to your visit website link, so it knows you're the admin. I'll show you the easier way to do it. And click on show text labels. When you do that, you get this admin sidebar here. So click on show text labels, and all that default text that's kind of embedded in the code, you'll see here, and it's in yellow here. If I scroll, there isn't much on this page. However, there's some here. That's all the text labels on this page. And then you can edit it right here with this pop-up. So you can change what it says. But to answer to expand on it, it also supports HTML, some PHP.
Okay.
You can also, in these text labels, use widget shortcodes. So you could render something amazing in a widget and put, widget equals, my widget. And that really, if you really need to get wild with what you're going to render, it could be a lot more than just text. So it's pretty flexible with how you can use these text labels.
Okay, fine. Thank you. My second question is, on some websites or even your demo sites, if we look at the listings in grid view, we can see that the listings with less information.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
space here. Yeah.
Yeah, there is space. How we can avoid that?
Okay, so we recently pushed an update that does two things. One is before it would be in masonry view, which is more like Pinterest, which means the rows beneath it would try to come up as well. So it wouldn't be, the setting we created was structured view, where every new row will be on a new clean line. So let me show you where that setting is first, okay? So under design settings for grid view, there are settings. And I would worry about setting an absolute height, an exact height, because you might cut some people off in some cases. What I would recommend in your case, under design settings, search results pages, we're using this a lot today.
Okay.
Under grid view layout, I would just recommend using structured. Okay. The alternative would be to use CSS to set an exact height for all of them. The problem with that is if there's a case where you maybe underestimated the height of one of the modules, you're going to cut off somebody's name or the links at the bottom. So in my recommendation, I would just set this to structured view for grid view layout.
Okay. The last question is, the plan have some kind of limitation like a storage, for example, 10 GB or 20 GB, or the bandwidth is something like 10 GB. And my question here is, if particular directory is going to use with many thousands of people, they may upload many photos or other things. Do you compress these photos when they get uploaded?
Yes. So that's a good question. Let's say someone uploads a profile picture that's 3,000 pixels. What you have are image settings, and by default, there are reasonable maximum width and heights that these images are set to. So, example, if I upload a profile photo, no matter what the pixels are, the system will automatically optimize that image and bring it down to 200 pixels by 200 pixels, max height and width. It will keep the proportion, but it will set the max height and width. So yeah, the system is shrinking larger images to smaller sizes in order to prevent members from uploading like 4 megabyte images. It compresses it down to a more reasonable size. So yeah, there are image settings here to assist with that. Does that answer your question?
Okay, fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, good stuff there. Let's go out with a bang with one more question. Melissa, looks like you're self-muted on your end.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. How are you?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. It's just mainly a question about the announcement board for members. So, you know how when we log in, we can see the orange dot that you was referring to as a notification that we need to do an edit post. If me as an admin have updated the message board for the members, is there a way for them to get like a notification or an orange dot to say, read something in the announcement, something that's been updated? Like, can you show in their dashboard or anything?
Is it something they've commented on, or just something you want everyone to know about?
Yeah, just like an update. I mean, obviously there's emails, so like if you do an email to everybody, to your members, to say this is what's been done. But I think sometimes an email might not be necessary. It could just be, have a look at the announcement board.
So this might be a little overkill. There isn't like a little notification just in there that there's new announcements. What you can do is a couple things. So I mentioned this earlier with when I was talking about the pre-made elements being available. So in the plans dashboard, so I don't know, you might want to do this for one plan or multiple plans. You can go ahead and go to member dashboard, and if you scroll down just a bit, custom dashboard content. So in the header of their dashboard, you can use the text editor. And maybe you want to add links to noteworthy announcements here, and it'll show up in the dashboard. So, you can write text. You could make the text linkable, to where so you can link to the announcement.
Just update that every time.
You can do that. Now, if there's one super important announcement, this is what I was thinking might be overkill, but you might want to consider it. It's pretty cool, actually. If you have the website announcement bar add-on, you'll have this in your design settings, website announcement bar. You can enable it.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with this. So you can display it only for members, and You can put your message, and then you can link to, this would be good if there was one important announcement, or if you're linking them to the portal page where all the important announcements
Yeah.
are. So,
Okay. And that can just show for them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you might not want to use this all the time, but if it's something important and you really want to make sure
Yeah.
your members see it, use the website announcement bar.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. No problem.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks for the question. You're welcome. Okay, good stuff there. And all right, guys, we are just over time here. I think I got to everyone's questions. We'll end it there. If we didn't get to your questions, please ask them in the Facebook group. We'll do our best to get them there. Thank you so much, David, for creating this great tip of the week, how to create a community message board. Super helpful there. Lots of lab updates, more on the way. And again, please join us in the Facebook group. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, it's been a pleasure. Have a great day, guys, and a brilliant week. The next webinar is in 2 weeks, and we look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye-bye.